also from Park Wall 2, who will also deliver her speech, the lecture later on. And just a few guidelines. Those in the training, just mute your mic because it is creating interference while there will be lecture. And a few things more, that is, as you have seen that we have been flexible to enroll maximum number of participants, though some did not respect the deadlines. But I will also say that you will all who will successfully complete the training will get a certificate, and anybody absenting more than twice in the lecture, they will not be eligible for a certificate from International Orienteering Federation. But you may continue to follow the course. So this is a main thing. So I would like to welcome you all on board for an adventurous journey, and we are together. I leave the floor to Yaroslav. Thank you. Raj, to Yaroslav.
Yeah, I hear it, Joe. I try to be connected. You can hear my voice.
Yes.
Welcome all of you. And I am happy again, you know, the third time we meet in Zoom meeting. And the first group I met 2 weeks ago, it was 15, 20 people, and now is bigger group, and I'm happy about it. It means very welcome to this some kind of seminars from my side or from IOF or even Pargo Tour to do it. And we will give you, a lot of lessons about different part of orienteering, and I try to follow some kind of schedule, and maybe for the first group it will be a little bit to repeat things, but I will go quicker through my PowerPoint to show you again things, and I will stop in the part where I want to more explain about what orienteering, how it started with orienteering, and some little bit history, and I will give you all you need. And we had meeting before with John and Ryan. We decided on the end that after each lesson, you will send the questions you have for this meeting, because you are too many and it will be difficult to answer all messages, you know, all questions. It means we collect all your questions, and next lesson in the beginning, I will answer all these questions. I think there in this system, we can save a lot of time, because you are too many. And it will take long time, and we want to keep this meeting 1 hour, 1.5 hours maximum. It means I try to share my screen with you, and I start with some PowerPoint to show you, and I will talk a little bit. I will start from beginning. This I can show it. Yeah. This is picture I already show some of you. You know, organizer, it of course is involved International Orienteering Federation, technical provider, Pargoto Academy. Julia I hope she's connected. She was not connected before, but she will present herself. And local organizer, of course, is Orienteering of Mauritius. This is clear. You see, I am sitting on the top of the world, not top of the map. IOF, the Sweden is there, and Mauritius is end of this line, is 10,000 kilometers flyway, not by airplane, but it's far, but it's not far. I only want to tell you, like I was already in Mauritius 2009 with a tourist, And there we first time did 3 maps, simple maps, but good maps, good areas. And for our tourists, we had about 150 people there and they were happy. We were competing, and of course they were traveling around the Mauritius and visited a lot of nice places. Mauritius Federation, of course, after this meeting, you know, after this trip to Mauritius 2009, I still don't know Rai or John. And some 3 years ago, 2018, International Orienteering Federation, IOF, get email from Mauritius, from Rai, and he explained to Mauritius is interested about orienteering. And after that, we start our cooperation. John, he visited Sweden 2019, and after that, we plan competition last year, and it was a little bit problematic with this situation, we know all, and we postponed it. Even my visit last Easter holiday, I was prepared to go there and to do seminar for some of you, and we canceled everything and we postponed it. And now we are here with computers, Zoom meeting, and we try to save time by these meetings. And before we come again to Mauritius, and we can do more practical things. The first meeting, it was, we had online Tom Hollowell from International Orienteering Federation, he's General Secretary. Today he's not invited, but he's busy today, but he was talking 2 times. It means he's person who support this project. He met John 2019, and he will follow these Zoom lessons. We have Giulia Zenere from Italy. She's project manager for the Pargo Tour Academy. I don't know, she is connected now. Giulia? Still not, maybe. We will see if she will be connected. She will tell me and she will present herself. She was working with orienteering more than 10 years, and he's working now with us project manager in Pargo Tour Academy. Okay, little bit information, practical information. You don't need to write so much, you know, all material will be sent to you, all PowerPoint, what I am using, what I show you. It means you will get it, or you will share it, you know, the John will communicate with you and you will get it through emails. It's all material. It means you don't need to write like in the school. It will be picture, will be PowerPoint, all material you ask, or maybe you ask for more, I will send it to you. This is a little bit email addresses to communicate. We can communicate, of course, by written form. International Orienteering Federation, they have the info orienteering.sport. It's coming to the office in Sweden to Tom Hollowell and his workers. You know, it means there you can, of course, you can write if you want, but it's more communication between Federation and IOF. Pargo Tour, info.pargotour.org. Is email coming to Julia or to me, copy of to me, or after that you have my private email, gkpadibility@hotmail.com. If somebody want to communicate, ask for something, you can write to me. Not a problem, I will answer. It's me, old. You see on the picture what I in Zoom. You know, I am not the youngest one from this group. Sure, I am all life orienteer, but of course I am educated by, I am engineer in technology, you know, metal engineer, but of course I spend my whole free time, and now maybe sometimes some professional coach time. Now I am a retired person, but still traveling and try to develop orienteering in the world. And Mauritius now is in my table #1, and we have some other countries, but now I focus to get Mauritius orienteering to IOF family. Yeah, we have been orienteering. We come now to orienteering a little bit more. I will go quickly because I repeated this first first lesson, but now I will go a little bit slower here. We have orienteering in 4 different disciplines. We have orienteering. This, if we say orienteering, it means photo orienteering. It's orienteering what I will talk all the time. You know, it's running orienteering. You don't use ski or you don't use bike, you know, or trail or some, you know, because we have the 4 disciplines. Ski orienteering is on the top here. It's orienteering. You have map, of course, and you using navigation, but you need to you're skiing. You are skiing, not running. MTBO is orienteering on the bike. You are biking. You have the map on the front of the bike, and of course you need to find the best way. Trail orienteering, it's for people who have some handicap. From beginning, it was for people really with a big handicap, sitting on the chairs and have special orienteering situation. You know, they are not going through forest, but they use the roads and they use the people helping them to push the chair to help them. And after that, they have some exams with the different points, but I will explain to you a little bit later where we talk and when questions comes. I will now to move to this IOF Orienteering Federation homepage to show you a little bit information there. I will share screen, but I need to change to IOF homepage. What is IOF homepage? I need to find the screen on the homepage, this PowerPoint. Okay, we'll check it. This, I will move it to this. Okay, this I want to show you same pictures. If we reload the pictures, you can like this. We have here, we have one special things to connect it to our commission education material. It will be interesting for you. Our commission, Global Development Commission, collected all material that is our work and is not ended. You see, if you can find all global development sections, it means you can find here in different languages. We can say what is interesting for your languages, because you are not only speaking English, it's of course French there too. You know, it means if we can take the French languages and material, you can see there, you can find some PDF files where you can read it, you know, about schools. A lot of federation, they have some material for the schools. You know, this is like, and it's, of course, French material is not only from French Federation, it's even from the Swiss Federation. These two, and Swiss Federation is very strong federation in orienteering. And I mean, there you have in the French, you have in the English, this British Federation is very, very well documented with material. Here you can see different books, different PDF files. You can, some of them you can download it. Some of them you can only watch, you can look. It means there is things to find, you know, all you can find the orienteering, you know, in IOF webpage and orienteering.sport. This is what I want to show you because it's quite important or interesting. I feel it's interesting for me to give you this opportunity. Of course, you can every time ask me. You cannot get it, you cannot find it, you need to connect some other people. Of course, I know how to do it, where to write or ask. And office in IOF office know about this activity in Mauritius and they will support it too. It means this is you see the all material, how to make sprint orienteering maps. Lot of material you can find this, much more as maybe you need it from beginning. This is orienteering, this IOF homepage, ranking what orienteering day. This is quite interesting. Of course, part of the, the orienteering family, is postponed from May date because still COVID situation is not nice. It means you see here on the green, in September 21, between September 8 to 14 will be water orienteering day. It's not only one day, it's 1 week now because different countries have different wishes, on the end. From beginning, it was on the orienteering day, but now it's orienteering week, but still name is same, water orienteering day. And all this connection to the water orienteering day is quite interesting because they have sponsors. And I will talk maybe lesson number 2 or 3, about the OCAT map making. And OCAT is company who produce software for orienteering, and all organizers who are interested to organize water orienteering day, they are supported with some software for some months. You can use very basic software for the map around your school, and it's free. And this is what IOF can support you. But you will get this information later on. It means this was homepage of Orienteering Federation. And I will change now again I go to my PowerPoint. I will continue on this. All right, I have some problem like this. Sorry for that, I have a little bit technical. Again, now I go back, share screen. Like this. Yeah. Okay, there is again, address to Orienteering Federation, orienteering.sport. Yeah, idea about orienteering a little bit. The idea for orienteering is to find the best way between the start and finish. And I know some of you already did orienteering in some way, and outdoor sports use the maps and compass. But IOF and orienteering have own standard. It means we have own maps. Outdoor sport, they can use all different kind of the maps, but for orienteering, we can use only orienteering maps, orienteering symbols, and I will talk about it a little bit later, but oops, what I did. Yeah, this. Yeah, I talk in the first lesson that orienteering is individual sport, and you are in the forest alone. Nobody help you. The coaches, trainers, teachers, they can teach you orienteering. They can show you how to do it. Of course, where is competition is not allowed to follow. Your students, your adults, your friends, it means if you do competition, it's our regulations says that you are alone and you need to do all decision by yourself. You need to do it in the right order. This is the rules. And of course, we are using time in orienteering, and you need to do it as fast as possible. We have some competition without timekeeping, but if you want to think that orienteering is really a hard sport, we use time and we have the winners, and best time is winner. Here is the map with some chords, you know, it means triangle means start, and after you need to follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and double circle, it's finish. It means we will talk about it. This is only roughly, I want to show you what orienteering is. Little bit history. You know what orienteering is. You know, it's to cross the unknown land, because the regulation says you cannot visit competition area before competition, before your start time. First competition was somewhere in the United Kingdom, 1895. If it's true or not true, I don't know, but I have this number here. It's Nordic sport, because all big countries in orienteering is not only now, but from beginning it was Scandinavia, you know, it means Norway, Finland, Sweden was many, many years leading in orienteering until Switzerland, Great Britain comes to orienteering, Czech, you know, but Nordic sport. Internal Federation was founded 1961. It was 10 countries from beginning. First World Championship in orienteering, foot orienteering, was 1966 in Finland. Olympic Games, we are not Olympic sport, but we are recognized Olympic sport, but we are not competing in Olympic Games, but we are competing in World Games, which is going year after Olympic. It means Olympic in Tokyo was postponed 1 year. It means even World Games for the no Olympic sports was postponed to 2023, and it's going in US World Games. This is sport who is not on Olympic sports. Yeah, what happened in orienteering last many years? First walk 66 is quickly, you will get it. I don't want to read it, repeat it. First World Cup, short distance, first time 91, parkour tour started 96, sprint distance in the World Championship 2001, and so. Big events, you know, elite sport, you know, orienteering is sport for all ages. I will focus maybe more for the elite, because elite show the direction in orienteering. It means there will be my lessons will be focusing for mostly for elite, but of course I will teach you how to start with orienteering. It means we start from the beginners, but all beginners on the end can be champions, but it's long way. It means elite sport, and in most countries, you know, especially in the, I can say, East country, this sport is for the it's very good for educated people, you know. I don't want to say you cannot do it as worker, you know. We have, you know, different people in the orienteering, top runners, but many orienteers, top orienteers are students, you know. It means they did high school, they did university, and we have the competition from the youth in the school championship. We have the world championship, of course, student world championship, and so on. It means for education is quite important sport, you know, because you are not only using physical, you know, the proposal, what you have, you know, to run very fast, but you must be clever too. It means you need to use the head and running together, you know. It means this balance is sometimes it's difficult. It means good for educated people. It's student sport. We have in elite sport, we have world championship as the best, biggest, highest event. But even in the sport, student sport, we have world orienteering championship for students up to 27 years if they don't change the rules, you know. 27 is border when you finish your university study, and there every second year we have the university student world championship. Even we get orienteering to what Universiat. It's first time it will be in the winter. What Universiat in Switzerland, their ski orienteering will be shown as first time on this. ESF, what school championship is for students, I think from the age about 12. And there is even for the countries who are not in IOF, it means even for the in the next years when you start with orienteering, you teach your students to become better orienteers. Of course, you can enter or you can enter anyway to this ESF World School Championship. Last year it was in Estonia, I think, and next competition will be in Serbia. This is interesting. And after that, we have, of course, in orienteering, we do as military. Military, they have own world championship every second year, and we have the CIS as Olympic Games for the military. It's going maybe every 2 years, I'm not sure now, or every 4 years. Some countries, you know, they have very big support from military because normally military have quite good money to support the sport, and Austria have big support from their military. They are very good in the military sport. They are very good in elite sport. Same with Brazil. Brazil, you know, is one of the good country in the military orienteering. We have the big events. What we have, the World Orienteering Championship, of course, is biggest, World Cup, World Ranking, Argo Tour, sprint events. Tiomila Relay is one of the biggest relay event in Sweden, going in the spring every year, but now these 2 years it's postponed or cancel it because COVID situation. And we have, of course, we have the one of the big events. It's Oringen 5 days, going in Sweden every year. Even, oops, yeah, what? It's 5 days competition in Sweden, the biggest family sport, family event in orienteering. Can be up to 20,000 participants competing 5 days in a row. You have some pictures from this competition. It's like 3-4 minutes and explain how it works. It means this is pictures about all what happened in orienteering. People going to the start very slowly, and after with families, ages, different ages from 10 years to 100 people, you know, they have not hurry before competition, you know, but where is competition, they run. John was there two years ago, compete in Norrköping in 5 days, and it was, I'm sure it was good experience for him to see what is possible to do in orienteering. And of course, the orienteering is quite old sport, but have a lot of young people. We can watch a little bit. This is Tove Alexandersson from Sweden. This in yellow, the best woman in the world now. She is world champion in almost 4 disciplines now. She did ski orienteering. She is very good. She has a lot of medals from the world championship. She is best now in this forest orienteering. She started to do ski alpine, not alpine, but mountaineering with skis, you know. She almost won World Cup this year, you know. She's really very good, still young, and she had a lot of medals from the all kind of orienteering. She's running for Stora Tuna. This is another Swedish girl from the national team, and yeah, this is before start. It means you can see the top of the orienteering, but we will come back to the beginners. It will be easy, but this even this. This is Scandinavian terrain, you know, you see it. Is some under vegetation, visibility good, but navigation quite complicated. This finish area for the Oringen, you see many lines for different classes coming to the finish. In orienteering, we have marking route only from the last control to the finish. All other navigation you need to do by your map and compass. Okay. We have another competition. Maybe shortly, it's the one of the best competition. What I feel is the best one in a relay in the Finland in June. Going, it's about 20,000 competitors. You know, the men competing in the night through night with the lamps. About 1,600 men's team. We have about 1,200 women's team. There are 4 in each team. It means we can show a little bit. I can show you a little bit picture again from this competition. It's quite interesting. It's 3 minutes. I will stop it, and after I continue to present orienteering. Today is more or less to show you what is orienteering, what it's possible to do it. But I will come to, I don't want to say more serious things, but of course I will, my goal is to teach you orienteering, but I want to show you the top or the mass of the lot of people, different ages, different classes, somebody not hurry, somebody walk, somebody, yeah, hunting mushrooms maybe in the forest, but still have time. This is before start. Men prepare for their start. I personally think this is the best competition in the world as atmosphere, you know, and in quality, you know, it's only 2 classes there, the men and women. The men start 23:00 in the night, 11 in the night. But in Finland, sometimes it's not dark, whereas North Finland is light all day, all night. Women starting 5 o'clock in the afternoon and they run 4 legs. You see the start preparation for the start, woman, this is man, because it's darker. You see, it's fantastic view, you know, this is everybody waiting for the start of the man in the evening. Yeah, we continue. All this material you will get from me, it means you can watch, it's a little bit longer, but I will continue. We have different discipline in orienteering. We have spark or sprint orienteering, and the winner times 12 to 15 minutes. The middle distance, the winner time 35 to 40 minutes for both men and women. It means men are a little bit faster. It means the winner time is same, but men maybe run 1 kilometer longer. But we try to be in orienteering gender neutral. It means we try to have same conditions for the men and women. We have classic event. This competition was from the beginning. You know, it's only long distance. First World Championship 1966 until 2021. 1991, it was like only long distance. 70 to 90 minutes winner time. 70, 75 for the woman, 90, 85 to 90 for the men. We have relay. In World Championship, we have three legs. relay, about 30 minutes each, 35 minutes each. It means 3 women run together, 3 men run together. This is World Championship. And we have some, we have same classes for the women and men. You see in orienteering, you can do it really from very, very young until you are very, very old. It means the first regularly classes we have from MW, it means men and women 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, is going by 2 years. After we have the mind class in the middle, men and women 21, and there you stay until 35. You can every time as older, older they are men, women 35, 40, 45. You can every time, of course, if you are older, but you still feel for the men 21, you can enter there, but you cannot do opposite way. You cannot, when you are young, you cannot go to older class. This is normal, but this is same for the men and women. Yeah, we have at the moment now, we have 76 countries in International Orienteering Federation. Some of them, they are preliminary, it's like they are on the not waiting list, but they are as a member where they are not full member. They are there as, they have 2 years, you can be there as preliminary, and the country in IOF. There is a little bit picture how it's with orienteering, but it's not, don't say nothing. It means from Africa, if we take the situation in countries around you, it means only official members in IOF is Egypt, Mozambique, and South Africa. South Africa is many, many years. South Africa is member in IOF. Mozambique became, I don't know, 10 years ago with the help of Portuguese Federation, and Egypt. They are a new member of the IOF, and they are inside IOF about, I think, 4 or 5 years. Here is a little bit historical picture, from beginning, as 1966, it was about 10 countries, members of IOF. After 79, started to be a little bit more. World Championship 2001, you see how many countries it was there. We have JWOC is for the juniors is a little bit, is quite similar situation as seniors. Some country, of course, they have not juniors. They start a little bit later. It means they don't compete in the Junior World Champion. JWOC, it means Junior World Championship. Yeah, the strongest country, as I told you, the picture is from Oregon 5 days. The biggest country, of course, Sweden, I don't know how, 120,000 active orienteers. Norway, quite similar. Finland, similar. But after we have quite strong countries coming, Switzerland, but this is federation which have about 10,000 members in federation. Same in Czech Republic. We have 10 million people living in Czech, but we have about 12,000 orienteers, active orienteers in orienteering. And it's many countries are very similar numbers. New countries, from the post-Russian Federation, Estonia, Lithuania, Latvia, they are new, young country. They have no more as 3,000-4,000 orienteers. It means orienteering is not spread so much. Of course, in China now, when China started with orienteering, we help them to build up federation and system, and now they have a lot of young people start. It means that is difficult to say if it's 100,000 people. Okay, this is another picture. We can saw from the Pargo Tour. I mentioned the Pargo Tour. It means we start 1996. The organization was some friends started from beginning, different people from different parts of the you know, the orienteering. Some of them, they was the writing for the newspaper. Some of them, they was runners. Some of them, they work with the sponsors. And we get big sponsor, Ericsson that time, 1996. And Pargo Tour take the orienteering from forest to cities, to parks, you know, and we did competition in a lot of countries, new countries, and we try to develop it. And Pargo Tour still continue this idea to help to develop the orienteering. Was this? Yeah, it was education. Yeah, I put it one picture from Chinese school competition, but this picture is from, I don't know, 1999. A lot of students start to run orienteering, you know, maybe all of them, they don't know where to go because they have the maps in the hand, nobody look. It means the first one navigate and everybody running up to them. But it was 20 years ago. Now is orienteering in China growing, and they are one of the best in the Asia. You know, still the women are better in China. The men still, Japanese men, they are better. But China is growing and coming up. Yeah, you know, to step to the top, you know, to everybody interested in how long it takes time to make you orienteer. You know, I say every time I start with orienteering when I was 12. It took me in that time 3-4 years to get top in the Czech. I was living in the Czechoslovakia. It means after 3 years I was in the junior team or youth team of Czechoslovakia national team. It means it takes 3-4 years to get to some level. But the important in that time, when you start with orienteering in the schools, that training with the friends, you know, it was more interesting to meet twice per week my friends in the trainings, you know, and teach orienteering. And what is the best in orienteering, of course, is compete, you know, is compete. All trainings are good, but the best training is competition. It means all small competition, doesn't matter very important or is like, you know, bad map or good map, you know, important, the young people, they compete, you know, they like it. I hope so. Club champion, on the way to be world champion, you need to be first club champion, you know, you cannot be world champion before you win maybe in your club. District champion, you know, and after that, you need to come to the best 10 in your country. It means if you are test in your country, you become to your national team. And national champion, of course, is not important. If you are in national team, you don't need maybe to win national championship, but you can be world champion. But not all will be world champion. Not all will be Olympic champion. You know it from the all sports. We know it from the collective sport, football, you know, it's not all can be champions, you know, but all have possibility to be. Yeah, it was this part. I think is this one material I want to show you, you know, it's already in the material in IOF, but you have it, the link to this material is book about, I will show it. I need to reopen it again. Stop to share screen. I forget this, and it means that there. Yeah. It's very interesting book, and you in your homepage of the orienteering of Mauritius, you had some picture. Göran Andersson is very good. He was good coach, and he working with the school orienteering. He's the founder of the World Orienteering Day, but he don't work now with World Orienteering Day, but he produced a book in connection to World Orienteering Day, and this is good orienteering at schools ages 6 to 15. I show it to the first group in the first meeting. It's quite important. You cannot download it, but you can read it. You can really read it. It's 80 pages. That is quite interesting. You know, there's some maps how to produce maps. It's all about this. I will talk, but this is quite good material to be, if somebody are interested, of course you can read it and you can get very good view and you can get many questions to me, it means I am prepared. It will be a lot of questions. Or it will be some dialogue, or you will get some homework later on, but not now. But this is quite important, this is, how to make maps, what maps, the colors, what I will talk at. This is what I want to show you now. And I have another PowerPoint to start, it means I will start this only quickly, again, I don't want to give you a lot of information and you will get tired from me, because I can speak about orienteering a lot of hours, but it's not important. Important is like you take something, what I tell you, what I give you, it means I give you some view about how structure in orienteering is. From IOF to the National Federation, different country, different system. It means we are not going after some manual of Swedish Federation, which is best in some documentation material for orienteering, but the most of Swedish books, they are in the Swedish. It means all federation, I am from the Czech Federation, it means have own system. Every country find the best way to how to develop the orienteering. Czech Federation is quite young federation. We have more as 60% younger runners in the federation. In Sweden is opposite, they have more as 60% seniors, the old generation. Is difficult maybe to get young people. It started to be better and better, but it was 5-10 years ago, it was problem to get new people in the orienteering in Sweden or Scandinavia. Even Switzerland Federation, they are working very well, with the young, with the schools. They have program for the schools. And I hope that even Mauritius Federation, to start to, of course, already started to be connected to education. And I feel it's best, if you start with the young people, what is young? I'm old, it means all under me is young, but it means if you start when you're university students, you have only a few years to teach them orienteering, and after they disappear, you need to have clubs. And a new country, normally, you start to build up system. It means in Czech, we have clubs. In China, they have no clubs. When they finish university study, they have nowhere to go. Now it's better. Now they start to build up clubs, but they are delayed with this system. It means if you start with the students age 12, maybe all of you are teachers for the university or something like that. We will see what the structure in the group is, but to start with orienteering in the basic school, the best way, to teach them how to orient the map. It's not important to teach them to be the best, but to navigate, to don't be lost in forest, how to get from forest. It's all this, it's important, but after that, when you can select the best when they go to the college, on a gymnasium, it means you have already have some orienteers and they can be better and better. And on the end, they can be on the top. This is what I want to show you today, and the next step, I have some other PowerPoint. I don't know if it's time to go through this, it means it's a little bit. I can start with this. John will stop it. Me, if he feels it's too long, I can talk, but I don't want to make too much time. It means we have some competition. We have, of course, we need map, the orienteering, you need to have some kind of the map. Without map, you cannot do it. But about map, I will talk a little bit later. You know, it means you need to have some equipment for to do competition. You know, this is simple equipment. When you're the manual punching system, you know, the red one on the top. This is control flag for competition, 30 by 30 centimeters. You know, on the top you have punching system, and you have the number of the control is control number 242. And of course, we have more expensive, you know, system is electronic system. When you have the chip, each runner, they have chip. And after you have this punching unit, this hole in this box, and there you can get the time. I will present it, this all different system, how to use it, how it's best, but it's not problem with, you know, some people, of course, we need to jump over history, you know, we need to jump to the electronic system, of course, could be best, but still you can do orienteering in the way what we did it, and still a lot of clubs using the old punching system is not problem there. Normally when we do competition, when you do competition in the schools, we try to save time, because you have, you know, you have 30 people or 40 people in your group. Some of them, they are the girls, some of them, they are boys, you know, and to make it easy, you know, it's better to have two courses, you know, two maps. You see there, we have two different courses. It means you can start them parallel, you know, you can save time and you get results. You know, there will be more discussion about it. We go on quickly about this. You know, so we have some guidelines, of course, what is orienteering, how to do orienteering, you know, on the map. Have different colors, but about the map colors I will talk next time. But we have the course, you see, is printed by red or pink. And you have the numbers, you know, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This order you need to run. We have start triangle, control points. We have regulations, all information regulations book you can find in IOF, International Orienteering Federation. There you can get everything, you know, this is recommended, or it needs to be 69, but it can be by hand done if it's not important. The finish circle, 2 circle, there is finish. The numbers, every time they are north to south direction, you cannot do right. Number 1 opposite, you know, it's good to help runners, and they know the numbers, they are south-north direction. It means they know the north of the map is here. Yeah, sometimes we need to cut lines, but it's not important. You know, the other lines, you know, every discipline has own rules. As I told you, you know, and we have sprint, we have forest, middle distance, long distance, they have own rules. If you do course for the beginning, from the beginners, you know, it should be more as there 4 to 5 controls in all course. It's boring if you have course with 1 or 2 controls. More controls better is better for runners. They like it more. Should not be then 5, 6 controls per kilometer, of course. It depends what map you have. For the beginner, it is not good to cross the course. Why? You know, I want to explain why for beginners not do, because they have a lot of things in here. They are beginners, you know, they are focusing, you know, running 1, 2, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you know. For them, it's good if the course go little bit circle, not cross, because when they run here, they lost concentration. Maybe they go to this control, maybe this. This is what we have experienced, you know. But sometimes you cannot do it. You must cross it. It's only recommendation. The length of the courses we measure every time by line, you know, not how you run, because you don't run straight. You run a little bit around. It means you run longer, as controls description describe. Yeah, this is not important. Why? I will explain later on. You know, we have beginners, youngsters, simple control points for the beginners, you know, is cannot be hidden controls behind the bushes to make it difficult is not good, you know. It's better the runners, they are happy in the finish as they had problem to find control because it was somewhere in the green area, you know. It means for the beginners, very simple courses. It's better they run very fast and short as to be lost. Of course, route choice, the orienteering is every time good if you have two different options, you know, to run, you know, from the left or from the right. You know, it depends what terrain you have. It's for the beginners, 1.2 to 2.5 kilometer long, not longer. Winter times in Sweden, you know, in Scandinavia for the men or women 10 years age, 11 age, we are talking about 15, 20 minutes maximum for the winners, you know. Sometimes 10 minutes they are running the best, you know, but the best 10, it means the last one is maybe 40 minutes because they are lost, because they are beginners. Many controls is good every time. Short distance between two, yeah, this is no crossing of the course. I talk about it. Some advanced runners, you know, there will be more difficulty, you know. You can put control in the you know, in somewhere in the middle of the forest. What is important in orienteering, when I see this map, every time the circle, in the middle of the circle is point, control point. It should be some object, you know. You cannot put circle here, you know, where is nothing. It means circle without anything inside is no control point. We do controls in some features, you know. It means, and we can do control description. This is important. And not hidden controls. When the runners or beginners, they will find a point, they must see the flag. You cannot put flag at some, because it's too easy. You put it somewhere behind some bush, it's not good. Oops. Yeah. More options for the route choices, of course. Longer route choice, you know, it can be 2.5 to 8 kilometers. It depends age, you know. Again, I want to only tell you, like from my experience, it's different when you start with beginners and beginners are 10 age, or you have beginners when they are 20 age. Of course, when you are 20, it's going faster. You can teach them faster. You don't need to be afraid because, you know, the 20 age, if they are lost in the forest, they have mobile, you know, and they will call and I have problem, take me out, you know. But about the beginners, 10 age, 11 age, you are afraid, you know, you don't want to lose them in the forest because you or me are responsible for them, you know. If you take them for competition, they cannot be lost, you know. They cannot. Variation. This is next. Control description is shortly. We have control description. Historically, again, you know, I will talk about description in the details later on, but this is now international description, you know. It means not written words. From beginning, when I started, it was written control description course, man 18, first control, stone, left the north side, stone 2 meters, you know. It means now to have it international, you know, it means everybody can read it. Of course, you need to know the symbols, you know. Control number two is 42 east bit. You know, it means everybody can do it, you know. You don't need read it, you know. It means you don't need to translate it. If you're international competition and you have 40 different countries speaking 40 different languages, you need to have description for everyone. It means now we have this description and everybody need to know it. And after it's easy, you know, this is 41 is some bush, north side. But I will explain it. This is, you know, only roughly like what we talked today. It means it's control description, yeah, for beginners, you know. For the beginners, you see, it's very simple, you know. Road, junction, road, junction, road, junction, road, junction, road, junction. simple controls, you know, the cross, black cross is some special item. It means something beside the road that they can easily to find it. But you see, beginners, very simple description. Code numbers, you know, your first competition, you know, you can run. This is explanation how to do competition, you know, in a simple way. You know, I don't want to go through, I go a little bit quicker, but I will repeat it. All this, what I'm talking today will be more deep to give you more, and it can be question, it can be discussion, you know, it will be, I will help you to understand it more. Now it's only to have overview what low level competition, it means is simple competition with simple map, top level competition, you know, medium school competition, single standing competition with invitation, you know, it's top level competitions for elite, city county competition, national championship. This is what you need to have for the competition. If you really do competition, it's very similar as other sports, you know, running sport in the track or individual sports. You know, we need map, making course, making control description. This is overprint control and maps, you know, setting courses, you know, this is specific for orienteering, you know, but start, number bib, start list, finish, results, is same for many sports. This is PowerPoint to make, you know, the simple. We did black and white map in around the hotel, you know, we did it, you know, this map is again from China, you know, but if you want to do competition, you can do own map, simple map. You see these two buildings, the black, it can be black and white, but the runners, they understand it. It's very simple compared low level organization. You know, medium, it must be better, map should be map, courses, setting control. This is system, you know what we have. You saw it in the picture, maybe, you know, in Oregon, people go to the start, they clear, they will get control description, they go to start, and after start point, they are running to start point. Without any help, they need to do competition, and after from the last control is every time marking road to finish, and you will get your results. I think that I will stop this because I feel it's too much, and you are tired, maybe too much. I'm talking, you know, but you get a little bit view about what is orienteering roughly, but I will be in the next lesson, will be specific part of the orienteering. It means I will focus for the next, will be for the map, it will be some expert from OCAT company talking to you. And I will talk about the training. I will show you what Norwegian Federation use. They have booked special steps to teach young people in the schools orienteering, you know, there is a lot of steps, a lot of levels. And after, of course, I will teach you how to do competition, simple way, you know, to really start before we come there to help you. But I got, you know, I only want to show it, you know, I got maps, you know, I map, some of you, fantastic. I got some film about some runners running in the middle of the Mauritius, navigate with the map. It was fantastic, and we will continue, you know. It means for now I will stop it, and to maybe John or will tell you at all questions. You can ask everything, you know. I will answer everything what I feel I can answer, you know. I hope so, you know, I can answer. It means we collect questions in next days, you know, after I will get it, and next time we meet next week, first 10 minutes, 15 minutes will be answers for the questions. But all I took today, I will go deeper, you know, you will get more about it. It was not only, it was today. For listening me.
Yaroslav, thank you so much. I don't know. I think if John is his mic is on, but I think Julia is here. So maybe before John takes over, we'll invite Julia to say a few words. In fact, last week she herself from the PowerPoint, but Julia will also be one of the resource persons. Now I see John is on the line, but in the meantime, maybe Julia, you can say a few words, and then John can take over. Yeah.
Thank you, Rai. Hello, everyone. I'm Giulia Zenere. I'm from Italy, and I've been working with the organization of orienteering events for the last 10 years. I organized international events of multi-days, so I think I'm quite experienced in it, and I will help you with the organization of the events especially. But if you have any question, any other question, I'm available to answer. Currently, I'm cooperating with Parkour Tour Academy, which is an organization which helps young runners to become orienteer or to get more deeper into orienteering knowledge. And we also try our best to support young runners from around the world to compete in international orienteering events with some economical or logistical help. So to give everyone the same opportunities to compete at high level. So I will lead one class about organization of the events later on, and I'll be with you during these classes. Thank you, Rai, and thank you, everyone.
Thanks, Julia. Thanks so much. And I think Yaroslav, I think you are much younger than many of us. You know, in spite of all this, you have been talking and talking with so much zeal and passion. But just some quick remarks is like. We have emailed everyone the control description, so I think everyone has got the control description. We have also uploaded this on our website, so people can. I mean, I request our colleagues at least you can just download and start having a glance at it. That will make things easier also. We have also put a link for you to upload all your maps, whatever maps you have, even if they are mere sketches. So you can upload them in our cloud server so that at least everyone can access to it, and then we can help to fine-tune those maps also. And also we had requested you at least to put your camera, the video on. At least if you can't put the video on, at least put a face to your name. At least we know that, okay, because I see Devon Mole, I don't know who is Devon Mole. I see Bernos Joseph, I don't know who is Bernos Joseph. Because it will help us for the interaction, because now we are in a family of orienteers, so at least we need to have a face to the name which is appearing on the screen. If you don't want to have your live video, but at least put your profile picture, so that at least when our resource persons are also talking, at least they know to whom they are addressing, and this is the first step for us to move in this direction of setting up our orienteering clubs and so on. And we will have special classes regarding CIE. In fact, today Jaroslav has talked about the distances, how you have the course which is crossing, not crossing, for CIE, when you have green, like green courses, blue courses, so then we tracks crossing. So these are things that will have special classes just on CIE. That will be at the end of the sessions. So I think from my side, that will be all. I'm sorry, we should have invited you. Do you have any questions to send them in the chat at the start, but it's not too late. So what you can do, John has that WhatsApp group. So maybe if you have specific questions, so just formulate those questions, send in the group. I'll say like just send it tonight itself, so that at least John can compile everything in a number of baskets and then share with Yaroslav, so that at least next week he can shed some light on this. But again, Yaroslav, thank you so much for all this passion, energy that you are giving for all our volunteers here, orienteers here. So I'll leave John with the final words to wrap up for tonight's session. And John, you have the floor.
Yeah. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Yaroslav and Julia. And thank you all participants for today's session. Just if you have been with us since the beginning, you may have get a what the expected from you, and what are the benefits you are going to have by following this course. Eventually, we have extended the number of participants, yet we have some absences, and we have observed that many have joined the course later, and it caused some problems. So I would like to request you all, if you are really interested to have all the materials and not miss any part of the lecture. So when we are starting at 8, you better start by joining the team 15 minutes before at least, so that you know that it is at 8, and at later 9:15 we can end up. So in these words, I know this was a long journey for you, but for me it was interesting to see, because in the pictures, in the presentation, I saw 2019 Oringen. It reminds me of my experience, how it was beneficial, and you are actually lucky to have such an experts and such resource persons doing and conducting this virtual technical training for you. So thank you all for your participation, and see you next week before 8 o'clock. Thank you. And you may send your questions on email or on chat or WhatsApp group. Good night.
You.